I started a new laugh.
How do you, what?
I don't know where it came from. And I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I hate it.
Do you sample this? Like, are you just going to leave us hanging until it comes out?
I've just caught myself. It's kind of like a snake. Like.
That's your new laugh? You're like.
Like, it's not like a full hearty belly laugh. It's just kind of like, oh, that's a giggle.
Okay, so where did you first realize that you had this new laugh?
Definitely at work.
Okay, did somebody point it out?
Nope. Maybe. Preston was like, what was that noise? Because like when we belly laugh, like everyone's laughing, right?
Yeah,
and sometimes you might just pick up on one sound.
Sure.
I feel like the snake from what's the animal? Jungle Book.
Jungle Book. Exactly what I was thinking. Well, that's great. Well, if everybody hears that, then you know what's going on here. And,
let me know if it's worth keeping or not.
Now I'm going to point it out every time you do it.
Oh, God.
All right, get some good Best Bites.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about food.
Yeah, Best Bites. What are we doing here?
Why don't you kick it off and tell us what your best bite of the week is?
All right, so this was kind of one of those like, I'm hungry, let's pull over and get some food type thing.
Okay.
I was coming off of 95. It was at exit 20 down there.
Media bypass.
Media bypass?
No, I don't know.
No, definitely.
I was just guessing.
Right down here onto Delaware Ave, Columbus Boulevard. And there's that Indian cheesesteak place I've talked about multiple times.
On Delaware Avenue.
Yeah, so I was like craving that, and it was a Monday, but they were closed.
Oh.
However, the restaurant right next door is a Mexican restaurant. And I'm going to butcher this name. I'm going to have to ask them how to say this. But anyway, it's called La Cachuchita. I think it's Cachuchita. That's what I'm going to go with. And it is a stimulating restaurant when you go in. Just take out. But they got stuff everywhere. They got videos of all their food going, playing. Like, it must have 15 video screens in there in a small little takeout spot. I mean, remember when Birria tacos started like, blowing up? Was that 5, 6, 7 years ago? And then you would see Birria Ramen, and I was like people are making the ramen out of the Birria sauce.
But it's genius because you don't want to waste all that birria.
You're right. It's a great way to use it. I didn't even think about that. But I was always like, what a gimmick. Like this, I mean, I'm sure it's good and all. So we get there and the guy sells me on it. He goes, this is our signature. This is what you should do. I was like, fine. So I got 3 tacos and I got the ramen on the side. It's like you can get it for like $24. You could feed a family of 3 with this thing. You know what I mean? So I get it. And I didn't realize, and Marissa, sometimes I just wish like we could just like recreate it for you, but like be totally guilt-free of eating this stuff. Because the raw, it's okay, you got the ramen, you get the birria, which is like the braised liquid from them cooking the beef and making it super tender. However, I didn't realize that they put cilantro and onions, and then they put melted mozzarella in the ramen. So it's like when you pull it out, it's cheesy, it's stringy in the best way possible. And it was an instant Best Bite moment where I had to weigh out some options because I had some good food. We saw each other at Ama as well, right?
On Cinco de Mayo.
Right, on Cinco de Mayo.
Which
we'll talk about that a little bit probably in the next episode. But there's some great Best Bites that I had to consider. And this morning I was like, this has to be it. This has to be it. So Birria Ramen. I'm way late to the game. However, I'm in the game.
All right, welcome to the game.
I'm in it.
I heard that our missing friend sent over a Best Bite.
That's right. Well, I saw on social media the other day, and it was like April or this week's Best Bites. I was like, bro, like he is just
he's been everywhere. Yeah.
Killing it. So I was like, all right, I'll be remiss if I don't at least give Dave the opportunity to send over those Best Bites so we can touch on them. But he had a crazy eating week for sure. The one, well, really, he sent over 2. So the ones that's really stood out for him was bluefin tuna at Provenance. So he had a nice little Provenance dinner, which I need to get back in there.
I have never gone.
All right, we'll go.
Can we go?
Yeah.
I'm a save for special occasions person. And I haven't done it yet. And it's been almost 2 years now, right?
Just over, yeah.
Just over,
well,
yeah.
No,
just over a year.
Probably a year and a half or so, getting close to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll make that happen. Yes, we'll make that happen.
I mean, now that there's a Michelin star, it's so much easier to get in.
Yeah, sure. It's like, don't have to plan ahead at all. Just walk in and you get your seat.
Just on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
A Thursday, a Friday night.
You're gonna walk in?
Hey, got a table for 6?
Yeah. All right, cool. So anyways, he says it had an allium vinaigrette, so onions of sorts, probably maybe some ramps and maybe some other alliums in there. Anyways, and it had leeks with a big old spoon of delicious caviar. And his other best bite, which is which I think you might have been to Ember and Ash recently.
Yeah, I was
with
there.
Kevin McWilliams' new menu.
So I was there in March, right before he started.
Okay.
Remember I told you I saw him and he's like, shh.
That's right.
I'm starting in a couple weeks. So now I have to get back. Now they've launched the new menu.
Yes. So he said it was their clams with kombu butter and sea beans. So
the vibes in that place with just the open flame and the wood.
Yes.
And it's just great. Roll into the bar, sit outside now. I love that place.
All right, what do you got, girl?
All right, well, I saved mine for last because it's going to roll into our next topic.
Okay.
I went to Cynthia.
Got
it. Just planned on getting a drink and then started scrolling through the menu and was like, nope, yep, we're eating here. I'd never had the deviled eggs before. That wasn't my best bite, but I'd never had their deviled eggs. I think they're my new favorite deviled egg in the entire city.
What was on it? Did it have the caviar on it?
Pickled. Well, first off, the egg itself was pickled. So it was like stiffer, which I really liked. Yeah. And then a little bit of caviar and just the deviled mixture. Yeah. And a beautiful little flower.
Yeah.
And it's
a flower for a flower.
And they're on the happy hour menu for like $6.
Everything on that happy hour menu is fantastic.
It's good. But that wasn't my best bite. My best bite, I actually had to convince Matt. I was like, I think we should get this. He was like, should we? I was like, yeah. The spring vegetable, I need your help pronouncing this word. Pithivier?
Pithivier.
Spring vegetable pithivier.
Wow.
For Cynthia was delicious.
Okay. So I know what a pithivier is. How would you explain this?
First off, it was massive. I'm talking to Chris behind the bar and he's like, we just added this. I can't believe it's an appetizer because it's so hearty and delicious. It is a doughy outer shell just filled with spring vegetables on the inside. I think they were all julienned. Yep. And then there was some like delicious cheese holding it all together and some spinach, and you just break into it. It wasn't pretty to photograph. I will say that. Fair enough. Wish I could get a photo. Yep. To capture how delicious it was. But you just dive into it and it had this lovely sauce around it on the dish. It was fantastic.
Yeah, so pithivier typically is made with a puff pastry and it will have like, let's say a slice of beef tenderloin in there and some foie gras and they cover it and it's raw and then they they bake it in the dough.
Okay.
And it's kind of like like a chef's, if you can nail it as a chef, and if you can like master the pithivier, like it's like some serious street cred.
It's the famous Gordon Ramsay thing.
It's much like the beef Wellington.
Wellington.
It's a smaller version of a beef Wellington, like an individual. And you see certain chefs always. There's one guy, Ron McKinley, out of Toronto, that just every time I see him, like he actually cooked at Provenance not that long ago for a collab dinner. I was like, bro, can't wait to have your pithivier. He goes, I'm not actually making them. I was like, get out of here. On my money back. No, but it was still a great dinner. But yeah, the pithivier is a beautiful piece of art. And so that's so smart. I didn't even think about a vegetarian pithivier.
Oh, thank you, Chris Curse, for creating a vegetarian spring vegetable filled pithivier. Yeah. It was delicious.
All right,
and perfect kickoff for the spring.
That was a great kickoff. Speaking of spring, should we just roll right into it?
Yes, because I want to hear all of your tips and tricks for spring vegetables.
Great. So we were talking on our weekly call this week before our production call. And we're talking a little bit about just like what's going on in the menus these days because so much is going on. And I always say, like I mentioned earlier, that spring is a hard reset for top restaurants. When I say top restaurants, I mean the ones that really are hyper seasonal. Even if it's farm to table or not, that you're working so hard to highlight all these really wonderful flavors, and we're so as chefs, we're just tired of onions and potatoes and sweet, all
Cream
that stuff, right?
Yeah,
exactly. Heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So when the first things start to come out, which often is wild stuff. So you have a lot of foragers that work around the area that will bring in things like wild garlic mustard, knotweed. Ramps are obviously the big one that everybody is really looking out for.
Are we still, when we cut our ramps, when we forage them, we're supposed to snip them, right? And leave the roots?
Yeah. So it's become practice now to either selectively pull if you do want the bulb, or you just cut basically to the ground so that the main bulb stays in there. Because the way ramps grow, it's almost like there's a network of they're all kind of interconnected, meaning like they're not just like individual seeds that grow by themselves. They actually have like they grow underground. The bulbs kind of spread out and they pop up throughout. So yes, good point though.
I saw somebody post a photo of ramps and they had all the bulbs attached, and I shed a little tear. I felt bad. I thought we all knew that.
Yeah, it seems that it's pretty common knowledge now. But like I said, selectively pulling, because people are really worried because foraging became, about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it really started blowing up. And a lot of people were just like, you had these like weekend warriors out there just like wreaking havoc on ramp patches. And so people, it's also top secret if you know one, you don't tell anybody. But in general, the practice now is to not pull them out of the ground. However, along with those wild edibles, we're waiting on things like with bated breath, like asparagus, right? Like that's a big one. So there's a little bit of controversy here, and this is something that I've been working with the Fork team since January on this new spring menu, and more or less the menu is completely flipped now from winter into spring, and there's this sort of pull and push, so to speak, with when the weather warms up, people want immediately, they're thinking asparagus on the plate, right? And it's a conversation that a lot of people have. So when you say spring on a menu or you see it, it doesn't always mean local spring.
Oh.
Because there's, you can get product from Florida, California, those areas really easily. I mean, it just
you can get them year round.
Just floods the market. Much. However, with these type of things like spring peas, fava beans, and asparagus, these things are, as soon as you pick them, you're on a clock, because they don't hold like your hardier things like peppers and even tomatoes sometimes, like things that could last longer, of course, than you have your squashes and all that stuff.
Can you say fava beans again?
Fava beans.
Sorry. I couldn't let it go any further.
Great scene. So the in our growing zone, which is technically 7B, we're not getting.
Keep going.
Let's do the laugh. Let's
Keep going. It's not here. Oh, that was good though.
So we are, if you're seeing strawberries right now on menus, they're probably not local. You're probably seeing right now is like coming, we're kind of finishing ramp season, all that. So we still have a little bit of time.
We had green strawberries on our crudo for Cynthia.
Yes, green strawberries have become very popular because you can actually just like pickle them.
Oh, okay.
And they're not soft yet, so they're hardier. So that's become a thing. I know Fork has some green strawberries on a fluke raw dish as well.
Are we going to see a lot of that this spring? Strawberries on fish?
Well, I don't know about raw, like ripe strawberries, but definitely green strawberries. It goes really well. They're just really mild. They had a nice little crunch, low acidic crunch. But there is that controversy of, And I wanted to ask your opinion on this. If you see, let's say in early April, you're seeing asparagus on the menu, you're seeing these things and you're craving them like a great, burrata with asparagus and mint and all that. Like do you feel if you knew that asparagus was coming from Mexico or California, would you think differently of it?
Okay, well, like I'm the novice here, right? And the restaurant is the expert. So when I see it on the menu, I just think that that the restaurant is ready for it.
Got it.
And I also, I do feel bad because, we'll have a day where it's 90 and then we'll have 2 weeks of 40.
Yes.
So that 90 degree, I don't want stews. I want asparagus.
Yes.
But then the next 2 weeks, I'm not ready for a light, sweet dish.
I mean, this spring has been wild.
Yeah.
Like, it has been whiplash the whole time. Even today, it's cool.
So back to your original question. I don't think I'm judging that. If I trust the restaurant.
Okay.
So I will trust the chef and the restaurant's gut. That if they're ready for it and they don't mind it, then I don't mind it. But of course, okay with it. Yeah, because there's a reason. Like they're just tired of the other things.
Right.
And I'm probably tired of it as well too.
No kidding. But it's hard. I mean, we live in an area in the Northeast where we have a limited growing season. Like if you look at, Southern California or Florida, like they have stuff all year round.
And with that terrible winter, are we going to see the backlash of that for
very well possible
crops this spring and summer?
Yeah. I mean, I think this weather pattern right now we're in is just kind of wild. Cold spring, super cold winter. And hopefully we get it straightened out.
All right. So if I am a diner, what am I looking for on the menu that is local, coming from local?
Yep.
And to keep an eye out for this spring.
A lot of restaurants will list, right? If it's Jersey asparagus, they're going to let you know. Mm-hmm. Also, when a restaurant of a certain caliber is paying a premium for local ingredients and working with farms directly or co-ops, the server, the team will typically let you know or highlight those items, whether it's listed on the menu or on the back, like with the description, or if it's listed on the back of the menu or somewhere else, highlighting like these are the farms. Like Petramala is a great example of that. Like he dedicates a whole page of his menu just talking about the farms that they're currently using on the menu.
Sure.
So, or ingredients that they have coming in the house. They don't list every item with a description. However, it gives, some credit to the great people they're working for. So I think a restaurant that is getting local product from a producer is going to be noted either by the server or on the menu. Versus if it just says asparagus or fava beans or peas, there's a good chance that they're just getting them from their local, Giordano or something like that.
Sure. All right. Can we see more fava beans on menus, please?
Fava beans are great. What's also great is the leaves. Their leaves cook up so well. Fava bean leaves. It's a really exciting time to be around right now. And
when does tomato season hit?
Oh, you're going to start seeing smaller tomatoes, probably around middle of June.
Okay.
And then the bigger stuff a little bit later. But, farmers are getting smart these days. They have, these greenhouses and these hoop houses that are still local, but they create a warmer climate. So you get them quicker and sooner to our mouths.
Well, thank you for that spring guide. I feel like we're a delicious dish, that SNL, because it's just you and me getting all serious.
Yeah.
Dave will be back soon, guys.
Yes.
Miss him. For now, we have lots of eating to do. Lots of spring foods to eat.
That's right.
So let's dive in. Salsa. Happy eating.